It started with a knock. A soft, almost hesitant knock at the basement door in the middle of the night. James thought it was a dream at first. He lived alone, a quiet man in his late 30s, recently divorced, trying to rebuild his life in a small rented house on the outskirts of town. The house had a basement, unfinished, dark, and mostly empty. He used it for storage, old boxes, unused tools, and the things he didn't want to look at every day. The first knock came on a Tuesday, 2:14 a.m. He checked the front door. Nothing. He checked his phone. No messages. Then he realized. The sound came from the basement door. Just a single knock. He stood still, holding his breath, then silence. The next night, it came again. This time, 2 knocks, followed by a soft creaking sound, as if the door was slowly opening. He rushed to the hallway. The basement door was shut, but he was sure it had been opened just moments before. By the 3rd night, he'd had enough. He bolted the basement door shut with a heavy-duty padlock. The next morning, he found the lock broken, split cleanly in half, like something had forced its way out. There were no signs of entry, nothing stolen, just that broken lock, and a strange smell, damp, earthy, like soil. He called the landlord, but the guy laughed it off, said, "That old house creaks and groans." James tried to ignore it, but each night the sounds grew more intense. Knocks, scratches, the doorknob rattling, and once, footsteps, heavy, slow, climbing the basement stairs, 1 step at a time. James waited with a bat in hand. Nothing came out, but the sounds never stopped. He installed a camera, pointed it at the basement door, watched the footage the next day. At exactly 3:17 a.m., the door creaked open, all by itself. But nothing walked out, just air. But the camera lens fogged up, as if someone exhaled directly into it. James rewound the footage over and over. No figure, no shape, just the sound of slow breathing. He stopped sleeping, started locking his bedroom door every night, even pushed a chair against it. He didn't feel safe anymore. Then came the final night. James had taken sleeping pills, desperate to get some rest. Around 3 a.m., he was awakened, not by a knock, not by creaking, but by a sound so close, so intimate. Breathing. Just beneath his bed, slow, shallow, controlled. He froze, eyes wide open in the darkness. The sound didn't stop. His breath caught in his throat. He wanted to scream, but something told him to stay silent. He slid out of bed slowly, didn't turn on the light, just grabbed his keys and walked out, left everything behind, even his shoes, even the boxes in the basement. He drove away barefoot, never looked back. He moved across the country, never spoke about that house again. When asked, he just says, "It wasn't a ghost. It wasn't a demon. It was something that wanted to be closer than that." And when people ask what he heard under the bed, he just says, "It didn't want me to hear it, but I did. And I'll never forget how it breathed." Final shot, under bed view, slight fog, absolute silence. Fade to black with voice. Some houses keep things that don't belong in this world. James never returned. The house was eventually rented again. The new tenants? A young couple with a toddler, They didn't last a month. The man left in the middle of the night. His wife was found sitting on the steps, just staring. She wouldn't speak. All she did was whisper, "It doesn't want to be alone." The house has remained empty since then. Real estate agents can't sell it. Every time someone steps inside, something changes. Some say the basement door moves on its own. Others say they hear breathing from upstairs. But no one stays long enough to find out what it wants. It waits, silent, patient, listening. Not for anyone, just for someone who listens back. You'll hear it too. The breath, the silence after, and the feeling you're not alone anymore. If you ever get sent to clean a house you've never seen before, just say no. Because once it finds you, it never lets go.